So, it is time to cross blades. I never imagined such a day would come to pass.
If the Empire and the Kingdom go to war, we'll be able to fight as much as we please.
I'm sorry, but that is not something to joke about. The thought of fighting you is troubling at best.
In that case, I wonder when you'll be able to stomach facing me in battle. Do you need a few moments?
Listen up, everyone. The Imperial Army is upon us. If you can fight, pick up a weapon. Everyone else, hurry up and evacuate. We have the goddess's protection on our side.
Literally.
We have nothing to fear. Victory will be ours.
The goddess's protection is standing right next to me. Raise your hand, Mr. Goddess's protection.
Professor, are you ready?
Almost. I just need to wait on someone. I'm waiting on Marianne. She's going to be here any second now. Hopefully.
Well, hurry up. I don't need to tell you that the situation is dire. We have some support troops from the local nobles, but the army we're facing is immense. No matter how you look at it, we're at a disadvantage.
But we have ridiculous stats on our side, and the ridiculousness that is this playthrough's a net. I'm sure we'll be able to do this.
To make matters worse, the enemy is being led by Edelgard. Do not underestimate how extraordinary her abilities are.
What, you mean the one who got speed screwed in my other playthrough? I don't think I have much to worry about.
They're here. At long last.
Oh, great.
It seems this will be a battle to remember. About time.
Truly, the edgiest battle worthy of the edgiest of edgelords.
I'll never give up, no matter how outnumbered we are. I'll fight to the very end.
I should have made a move on the Imperial Princess before things got this far. It could have changed everything.
If I know right, apparently getting her C+ support with Byleth actually encourages her to go down her path more, so maybe not.
We have the goddess's divine protection on our side.
Literally.
All that's left is to try our best. All we can do is fight as best we can. Though, if I'm being honest, I'm really scared right now.
I think everyone is.
We can't just hand over the kingdom and the monastery. We'll stop her, no matter what it takes.
Your Highness, you do not seem well.
Understatement of the year.
Unwell, you say? What's gotten into you? Nothing could be farther from the truth. I'm so happy I can hardly contain myself. My father, my stepmother, my dear friends. They want her head. They want her life. They've whispered as much to me. And the chance to answer their pleas has arrived at long last.
Are you sure you haven't been contracting with any shadow demons lately, like Percy?
I'm always in control, Professor. And I'll stay in control until I have the pleasure of killing that woman.
And then you'll realize with horror what you've done, completely lose your mind, and there'll be no one left to lead your kingdom, so don't do that.
Let's move, Professor. Even if it costs me my life, I won't rest until I've crushed her skull in my bare hands.
And everyone else is just like, is it too late to kick Dimitri out of the house? You know, at this point, I kind of want Edelgard to smash my saint statues because that'd mean I gain less experience. Okay. Just straight up preparations screen. And a new preparations theme too. Oh, wow, okay. Rhea is with us. She looks stronger than she... 41 charisma. Okay, and then... Sacred Power. I think I already saw that one before. And... Whoa, this looks like this could be like... This is... Oh, Ragnarok's in this game. But like, this is in Elincia's Gambit 2.0, isn't it? And if it is, I'm really excited. Yeah, breakable walls. Byleth down there. Yeah, holy crap, this really is Elincia's Gambit. Oh, no. I had a feeling. Oh, wow, and there's some flying... Winged demonic... Well, that looks freaky. Flying demonic beasts. It's basically a wyvern, just with a creepy mask on. Pointy Art Creststone? Pointy Art Creststone. I'm sorry, but that name's actually impossible for me to take seriously, though. What's Giant Wings? Oh, avoid again. Plus 30 against. Well, not against bows, though. But still, Pointy? Oh, wow, you're new. Haven't seen you before. Randolph. And he's the commander here. Pegasus Knights, gotta watch out for them, because they've been actually my first actual threats, really, to me so far. And there's even more Imperial soldiers behind. Oh wow, someone else new. Ladislava. I wonder if you've seen these people more on the Black Eagles route? I don't know. But it doesn't look like any more Black Eagles students are in this fight, which is good. And, yep, you are just straight up Edelgard now. You are, they're not even, and you've got your Crest of Seros now, and Imperial Lineage there, and Charm, and Axe Fair. And, yeah, 3 guesses that we won't be getting that when you're playable. Actually, maybe we will. And you are about as slow as you are on my other Black Eagles side file. So that's good to know. Kind of interesting that there's a bunch of, like, mini-bosses on this map. Oh boy, you're back. Hi there. Yeah, the fact that Edelgard's willingly allying herself with the Death Knight, or rather, she's willingly, you know, allowing him free reign on her battlefields, is definitely losing me a lot of sympathy points with her. But anyway, I have things that I can say about Edelgard that I'll probably go into during this part, but who are we picking here? Only 11 people. Well, obviously these 2 are forced. We probably want healers, but I'm actually thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a minute, and I realized, for this fight, I probably still want Hilda, because she needs to be there for Byleth for this. Annette's amazing, but for this fight, I actually want to bring as many Black Eagles recruits as possible. Like, I think, like, I just really just want to see, like, this sort of cinematic moment where Edelgard is here ready to lay siege, and these 3 just stand against her, just not saying anything, just committed. But anyway, so I want to bring those 3, and at least 1 person from the Church of Seros, because they kind of have a personal stake in this, and yes, Seta definitely has a personal stake in this, so I'm going to bring him. Because I have actually since learned that the Knights of Seros characters are actually kind of route exclusive. If you side with Edelgard, you can't get any of them. Apparently Alois takes it really personally if you side with Edelgard, so maybe bringing him to this fight might be fitting from a story standpoint. As much as I think Ingrid would be pretty useful here, I definitely want Cyril. Cyril needs to protect Lady Rhea, like, obviously. There's no way Cyril's not coming to this fight. And yeah, okay then. If I had Linhard as my healer though, and Flame, I probably, like, oh, but I have a feeling that, yeah. Some people told me that there's a certain person who I could have had fight the Death Knight and got a special boss conversation, but I didn't, and I'm guessing it's Mercedes, because I have a pretty good theory as to who he is at this point, so maybe I should bring Mercedes. But that doesn't mean that I can't bring some other people as adjutants, and I have 3 of those now. So, adjutant time. Who wants an adjutant? Oh, but Ash... in a way, like, Edelgard's indirectly responsible for Leonardo, so I feel like Ash really should be here as well, but there's just not enough deployment slots. I'll be right back, I just have to think about this for a little bit. Okay, Mercedes and Annette will adjutant together for this. Since Cyril's... Oh, the only person he can adjutant is Ingrid, because they're both flyers, but since Cyril's going to be probably flying ahead of most people, because he's going to make a beeline for that flying demonic beast, so maybe he should take Ingrid? And I feel like you should take Catherine, maybe. Because I feel like she really should be here. I would really kind of like to bring Ash too, but No, I think this is fine. Like, I mean, really, I should probably kick out Alois because I haven't really been using you all that much, and he's a bit redundant with Hilda, but I kind of want him to be here. Okay, positioning time. Cyril! Cyril is going to make a direct beeline for that demonic beast. Who shall support him in this endeavor? Because he's going to have to fight Hubert, isn't he? Yeah, well, those are probably better stats than you would have on my... I don't know, his magic's been going pretty well for me on my Black Eagles file. He probably has a battalion to make use of his... Vestra Sorcery Engineers, okay. I wonder if you can get that battalion for yourself on the Black Eagles route if you do Hubert's Paralog. Because I have a feeling that, you know, if there are Dusker battalions, there's probably a Vestra one. Holy crap, this really is Elincia's Gambit 2.0, and I love it. Because, yeah, like, I love Elincia's Gambit so much. It's one of my favorite chapters in all of Fire Emblem. Nope. Hilda goes with Byleth. And Mercedes takes this side. Alois and Caspar? No, I kind of think she's probably enough magical offense for that side. So I think her team should probably take... How about they take Sedith? But Caspar and Linhardt should be going together, so... That's a bit too much magic, but what do we got down here? We have a lot of Armor Knights, actually. Okay. Yeah, Caspar and Linhardt go together. Flame's my healer for the central front. Hilda and Byleth go together. That leaves you two to take that side. Perhaps Dimitri should take that side too, even though he should probably be charging straight towards Edelgard, but still... yeah. There's one thing that I love, well, I mean, there's a lot of things I love about Fire Emblem, but I love trying to pick, like, story-appropriate characters to deploy in each battle. And now battalion time. Otherwise known as me putting Strider on as many people as possible. Okay, this song's amazing, you probably already know that, but still. Okay, let's go. So it's a defend, but we also have to defeat the enemy commander.
I have a report. The enemy is within the walls. They're about to break the defensive line.
The Archbishop and the defensive line both require our assistance.
Pretty sure she can handle herself, but oh well.
We must protect them until reinforcements get here.
Until reinforcements get here, is there a turn limit? No, we still have to defeat the enemy here. Actually, you know what? Let's start this out with this view. Although, this is horrendously laggy. I can Nosferatu over this wall.
That is that.
So yeah, the preparations theme is just straight up the battle theme. Like yeah, that's, oh wow, this is amazing. Anyway, I think I'm actually going to Dimitri Stride. I'm not even going to make any jokes about the cheer sword here. Now is really not the time. Oh, stupid stairs. Cavalry can't really go down stairs so well, can they? Okay. Alois will... Oh, right, it's showing me the NPC's aggro lines too. You hit me for a crap ton of damage. I am going to use my hand axe on you instead. And of course, there are breakable walls. Again, this is basically Elincia's Gambit 2.0. Oh, right, you do have a ranged axe. I am dumb.
On to the next fight.
Yeah, I shouldn't get too complacent here. The enemies do hit fairly hard. How much damage are you going to be doing to? Yep, you're actually going to be doing decent damage to Alois. Which is why I'm going to get your attention, Mr. Big Bird.
Let's try something special.
Your mask makes you lose all your potential nightmare fuel value. Enemy took 15 damage from Vicious Mockery. That was way more than 15, but oh well. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of Pegasus Knights. Because, yeah, I need to be careful here, because Pegasus Knights, again, have cost me a few times. And Hilda's a bit of a glass cannon, and she can't actually get that far.
Let us away.
Okay, Flame going there will cause something to attack her. Should she instead... I think she should instead dance for Dimitri.
Ha!
You know, I just realized this battle looks like it's taking place at dawn. Which, you know, makes this the Edge of Dawn. Which is probably important, since yeah. It's kind of interesting, like, yeah, it just... Someone else pointed this out to me, but I kind of realized it before, is that, So it turns out Edge of Dawn was a villain song the whole time. Which is kind of interesting because something else that I played recently also had a song that turns out to be secretly a villain song, but it probably only is because I'm ridiculously overanalyzing it. I'll just say that something in Persona Q2 I feel like is, yeah, if you think about a certain song in Persona Q2 a certain way, it's actually secretly a villain song, but I don't want to say more for spoilers. But yeah, and I did listen again to Edge of Dawn recently, and it is definitely about how Edelgard is sort of like, I wish I could stay in the monastery and live peacefully, but, you know, I have to do this. But it's still... okay, yeah, I don't know if well, I'll see if anything drastically bad or anything happens, during the enemy phase that requires my attention, because I have quite a lot to say about Edelgard, and yeah, and I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me, but I do think it's not, what the heck are you doing? Oh, that's a rock thrower, okay. Its animation just looks incredibly dumb, but still. And, well, it's about as effective as Path of Radiance rock throwers. Yep, going for Cyril, as I hoped. And exactly enough damage to take out a health bar. Nice job, Cyril. That was a lot of experience for you, too.
I feel like I grew up a little.
Well, you're certainly going to grow up a little after the time skip. By that, I mean a lot. Okay, you got Desperation now. That should be interesting. Uh-oh. I should have equipped Gauntlets. Again, I should not get complacent here. These enemies do pose a bit of a threat, at least. Ow.
No hard feelings.
At least you can heal yourself with Live to Serve. Oh, another sickle. I haven't actually brought any of those to any maps so far, which I'm kind of annoyed at myself for doing. Why'd that get like a dramatic slowdown? It's like, oh no, generic mage is dead, whatever will we do? But yeah, that's a decent amount of might. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I probably have, but like people have pointed out that Violet's Enlightened One outfit looks like Getsus, and now I can't unsee it. But yeah, so what I was saying is, like...
Report. The enemy has taken the entrances where the reinforcements were heading.
We must retake the strongholds to the east and west, so our reinforcements can get through.
Okay, secondary objective, I like that. Except, you know... Oh, I think I know what those strongholds are. They're Hubert and the Death Knight. Okay. Right, so what I was saying again was... let us just punch you... Oh, he can't use unarmed combat because he's not a brawler. He's a brigand. I probably should have reclassed him before this. Whoops. But anyway, right, are there any like archers heading forward? So yeah, again, like, yeah, that's the thing with me and Tangent. I get distracted quite a lot by having to talk about the actual game, and obviously there's quite a bit of actual gameplay to talk about here. But yeah, so, oh wow, that's an impressive physic range there.
Thank you.
Again, getting distracted. Like, again, like, she's a morally grey character, as is Dimitri, and I think it's, you know, it's not wrong to like her, just as it's not wrong to dislike her. One thing that I was saying that, like, I could kind of sum this up as, I feel like I dislike her for the right reasons. I know some people are like, oh, play her route, she gets more sympathetic there, like, she probably does, but, like, to me, her actions pre-Timeskip, which, need I remind you, are identical on all routes, even her own, definitely make it very hard for me to sympathize with her, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, so... But, like... It's like, again, like, whether you like or dislike her methods depends entirely on your personal perspective. And I think the story succeeds in that, like, similar with Dimitri. Like, again, like, to me, I totally don't approve of Dimitri's insane, revenge-fueled vendetta, but he's kind of the lesser of two evils for me at this point. I definitely get the feeling that I'm going to be liking the Golden Deer route the most, because I feel like Claude's probably going to be the most clear-cut heroic of the three in the end. And also, from what I've heard, his route is more about getting to the bottom of what's really going on in Fodlan, which definitely appeals to me. I really don't like to leave any stones unturned in stories. So, yeah. But, like, I guess I'll talk a bit more about Dimitri later as well. Because, like, Dimitri definitely feels like a bit of a deconstruction of the typical Fire Emblem Lord, in that he basically acts like a Marth type, but deep down he's really a Hector type, but a particularly extreme Hector type. And, like, that's kind of cool, actually. Like, I like that. And at least his, you know, vendetta is foreshadowed to an extent. And, like, I totally don't approve of, like, I'm pretty sure Edelgard is not guilty of some of the things that he's accusing her of. Like, I am absolutely positive that she was not complicit in the tragedy of Dusker at all. But despite that, she's still allying herself with people who were. And it seems like the tragedy only happened so that those other people could power her up, which is, yeah, even more of a... Again, she didn't really have any say in that, but still... let's not do that. Right. I think I need to take out that Pegasus Knight there, because obviously it could pull a Conquest Chapter 10 and fly to the defend point. Yep, one-shot it! So, yeah. Back to Edelgard. Again, like, she's a morally grey character, and the thing with morally grey games...
I will get stronger yet.
Kind of wish Dimitri had... Again, I'm going all over the place. But that's just kind of what happens with me sometimes. I kind of wish Dimitri had alternate level up quotes for this chapter. Like being like, yes, more power to kill everyone! Maybe they'll change post-Timeskip, I'm not sure. Those rocks look really bad, just saying. But okay, I just feel I need to get this off my chest, okay? I really need to get this off my chest. I've been thinking about it lately. And here's the thing. So Edelgard's actions are exactly the same on all routes pre-Timeskip. Because she is the Flame Emperor, think of it this way. The only Part 1 antagonist who was not directly, oh, holy crap, wow, an NPC's gonna actually kill the demonic beast. Nice job, Hero Cavalier! Well, nice job, your battalion. But anyway, so, yes, she has the only Part 1 antagonist who is not directly involved with the Flame Emperor is Miklan. So when you think about it, she has been directly trying to kill us from the very beginning of the game. And I know that students don't die in Part 1, they just retreat, but even then... And especially damning is that on the Black Eagles route, this means that she is directly trying to kill and or at least maim her own classmates without even telling them. And Hubert is the only one of them who actually knows what's really going on. He definitely knows what's going on because, you know, if you have him fight... This is a bit of a spoiler, but if you have him fight the Death Knight in Chapter 6, he directly orders the Death Knight to stand down. But the Death Knight is like, I don't take orders from you. Let's not do that. So, yeah, like I was saying... And even then, like, I think also the fact that she is directly allying with those who slither in the dark, and even though she gives the whole, oh yeah, if I knew what they were trying to do, I would stop it spiel, she's still willingly allying herself with people who would slaughter an entire village just for an experiment, and people who obviously did the tragedy of Duska.
Oh, so much.
And again, that whole, like, you know, oh, if I could have stopped what they were doing, I would have. Well, you know, she's clearly enough of a magnificent bastard to have probably predicted ahead of time what they were planning to do, so the question is, why didn't she? Like, why didn't she try and stop them? She probably could have. But, yeah, so that's the other thing, and also, by being the one to hire Kostas, which, by the way, makes the whole accent back scene particularly ironic, because if Byleth hadn't actually jumped in there, Kostas would have accidentally killed his own employer. But anyway. By hiring Kostas, she was directly trying to kill Dimitri and Claude from the very start of the game.
Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the
Well, that's
bandits.
interesting.
Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
That's very interesting.
All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible.
Like, I'm kind of good Dimitri because, you know, the kingdom's very closely tied to the church and all that, but he's still her step-sibling and childhood friend. But even then, though, what the heck has Claude ever done to her? Like, why would she bring Claude into it? Why would she be trying to kill him right before he even arrives at the monastery? It just feels a bit overly harsh. Who's attacking him from over there? Oh, the flying demonic beast, right. So there's that, and here's the other thing that I was also thinking about with her. So, Lord Leonardo, right? We found the assassination orders for Lady Rhea on him. We know those assassination orders were a ruse to hide the true objective of getting the Death Knight into the mausoleum and stealing the Sword of the Creator, which at this point I think we know that Edelgard would probably be able to use. I think she was wanting it for herself, either that or someone in her army, or she wanted the Crest Stone to... For some reason she wanted that, basically. And so that's part of why, you know, Lord Leonardo had those documents on him as, like, part of that whole ruse. Which means, and so here's another point, you still fight Leonardo even on the Black Eagles route, which means that on the Black Eagles route, Edelgard is perfectly fine with killing Leonardo and his men, despite the fact they both share the same goal of taking down the church, just to cover her tracks? Just to make herself look less suspicious? Like, to me, those are not the actions of a heroic character. It's just, yeah, like, I know that Lord Leonardo had his own agenda. He was rebelling because, you know, because the church killed his son and all that, but she's still, again, like, on the Black Eagles route, you directly kill him and his men while fighting for her, even potentially have her directly kill him and his men. When, you know, logically, shouldn't they share the same goal? When you think about it, wouldn't it be really interesting if you could spare Leonardo, but only on the Black Eagles route, not on the Blue Lions route where you logically expect that? And you'd think, oh, that's interesting, and then you'd finally realize, oh wait, it's because they share a common cause. Oh boy, nice dodge there, Cyril. Yeah, I do need to pay attention here.
Guess I'm pretty strong.
You are, but you are a little flimsy. Yeah, I kind of saw that hit rate coming. Forests are a bit overpowered in this game.
Should I have held back?
So, yeah, there's that. And again, like, just one thing that I've actually been thinking about, like, lately. Like, after, like, I took a few days off from this game, I was just thinking about this. It's part of why, like, antagonists, like tragic villains who, well, not villains, but I guess, you know, Edelgard's not exactly a villain, she's more like a morally grey antagonist. slash potential, you know, morally grey protagonist. Okay, they get reinforcements. I probably need to take them out. There's hero NPC. But yeah, like, this is actually part of why I find that it's actually really hard to do, like, sympathetic antagonists who are going to be doing, like, committing mass slaughter for the greater good. Like, one thing that I realized, and this is part of why I guess I don't sympathize with Edelgard that much, she is 100% willing to kill anyone who gets in her way. Like, she was directly, like again, in the previous chapter, she was allying herself with Psycho Todd Harvicorn, which is what people are calling him, which is kind of hilarious, directly allying herself with him and giving him free reign to kill anyone who gets in her way, even, you know, like, even Byleth, even fellow classmates, which... So, yeah, that's the, so that, which is another thing. But, yeah, she's kind of willing to sacrifice anyone for the sake of her ideal world, and then, like, when I was thinking about that, I just realized who she is. She's Thanos. MCU Thanos, at least. At least that's what I'm kind of comparing her to. Like, Thanos is fully convinced, like, he doesn't want to do what he's doing, but he feels that he has no choice, that it's for the greater good of the universe. And despite that, he's so set on his path that even though he doesn't like it, he is entirely willing to kill even his closest family in order to succeed in his goal. Again, it feels very much like Edelgard in that regard. But here's the thing, like, when I was explaining that to someone that I've kind of been conversing with from the comment section, like, they pointed out that, like, there are actually a lot of holes in Thanos' plan when you think about it. In that, like, if he had all of those Infinity Stones, surely there was a way that he could solve the overpopulation crisis without mass slaughter. And that's, I think, part of why I find that it's very hard to pull off a legitimately sympathetic, well-intentioned extremist antagonist. Because here's why. If a character is powerful enough to be the story's central antagonist, then obviously, if they think hard enough about it, they probably have some other way they could help the world without resorting to mass slaughter. And that's kind of what I feel is the issue with Edelgard here. Like, she feels like she has no choice, but surely there are more peaceful methods to showing corruption within the church. Surely there are more peaceful methods in uniting Fodlan. Surely there are more peaceful methods than straight up resorting to just basically trying to kill everyone else. Although I know that's kind of what Dimitri is doing right now, but anyway. And this is actually going into a bit of a tangent, but still Fire Emblem related. This is a big part of why I kind of have issues with Rudolph in Gaiden. Because, like, the thing with Rudolph is, like, you're emperor of a huge empire. Surely you have a better way to... Do I have a... I do have a guaranteed double attack thing, actually. Maybe I should go for that, actually. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, you are emperor of a huge empire. Surely you have a better method of freeing the world from the reign of corrupt gods than, I'm gonna start a war that's gonna lead to thousands of innocent people dying just so my son will kill me. Like, it just... I feel bad for him when he dies, but, like, I feel like surely there had to have been a better way. Like, there had to have been a way for him to have carried out his methods without, you know... Yeah. Resorting to all that. And so, yeah, that's kind of why I feel that, you don't even have physics, do you? That's annoying. Why I feel that it's actually very, very hard to pull off a legitimately sympathetic, well-intentioned extremist antagonist, at least to me. Because, like, again, it's, like, often they're like, I had no choice, there was no other way, but usually when you think about it logically, there was another way. Especially if they were, again, if they were powerful enough to be a major antagonist. But, anyway, like, it's like the closest I've got to sort of sympathizing with one of those is Sephiroth in Radiant Dawn, and even then, I think with Sephiroth, it helps that not even Sephiroth himself considers himself sympathetic after all he's done. Like, Sephiroth probably hates himself more than anyone in your army hates him. And, like, he's clearly resigned himself to the fact that, like, he's just, you know, there is no saving him at this point. So, anyway, who takes down this guy? I guess Dimitri, maybe?
I have no choice but to distinguish myself in this fight.
Yeah, I get the feeling some of these people supporting Edelgard are definitely,
I'm finished. I'm loath to say it, but I must retreat.
Okay, well, looks like you're gonna become a post-Timeskip boss then. But yeah, like, again, like, I feel like some of them are just following orders. Like, I didn't buy the just following orders justification for Mr. Psycho Assassin, because he clearly showed glee in wanting to murder people. But, again, these people, some of these people I can probably see as, yeah, they're just following orders and they're just, you know, fellow soldiers in a war. So, yeah. That's, I think, most of that rant out of the way, I think. But, and again, I know that there's going to be, like, I'm sure that she probably gains more sympathetic elements on her own path, but again, like, to me, the damage has kind of already been done. And it's just like, I still feel like she probably could have found a better way, but anyway. So, all that being said, though, that's not to say that I dislike Edelgard as a character. Like, quite the opposite. I really, really like her as a character. In fact, I'll just say this now. Edelgard is shaping up to be my favorite Fire Emblem antagonist since the Black Knight. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, really, this is my favorite Fire Emblem antagonist ever since the Black Knight. And that really makes me happy, because I never thought we'd see someone else who was, like, as good, especially with, you know, Bates' villains. But just, like, yeah, so, like, I really like Edelgard as a character. I love what the story's done with her. Like, I love the fact she's a Flame Emperor. If it weren't for the fact that it would have been too much of a mood whiplash to talk over those cutscenes, like, I would have been screaming, yes, 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 at the reveal she was the Flame Emperor. Like, while Geralt's death, I feel, was a perfect example of a bad plot twist to me, Edelgard being the Flame Emperor, amazing plot twist. Fantastic plot twist. And this is another thing that I wanted to talk about in this part. It's both that no, don't dare attack hero NPC. Both what that channel that I watch called Overly Sarcastic Production, they did a video on plot twists, and basically they defined them as two types of plot twists: trajectory plot twists and retroactive plot twists, and those can overlap. So Edelgard being the Flame Emperor is both a trajectory... Where are you going, Edelgard? I think I actually need to take down the Death Knight quickly if I... I'm a little confused as to what she's doing, but then again, hence, you know, Edelgard, I guess. But... Anyway, what I was saying is, so, a trajectory plot twist is one that radically changes the course of the story so far. Say the Flame Emperor was just some generic evil sorcerer who was pure evil with no other motivations. Well then, we'd probably be fighting those who slither in the dark for the rest of the game and having a more traditional Fire Emblem experience. And that would be okay, but it wouldn't be nearly this interesting. Because one of the criteria for a good plot twist that, this channel was commenting on, that this channel was saying, is that, well, more than one of the criteria for a bad plot twist is that it's less interesting than the non-twist alternative. Edelgard being the Flame Emperor is a heck of a lot more interesting than the non-twist alternative, I'll just say that much. It's also a retroactive plot twist. A retroactive plot twist reframes things from earlier in the story. In this case, Edelgard being the Flame Emperor not only retroactively changes the meaning of a lot of the earlier parts of the game, especially on the Black Eagle's route, but it also retroactively changes a lot about Hubert, because Hubert knew all along and was working alongside her. So much of what Hubert says in the monastery when I've gone back and edited earlier parts takes on a whole new meaning if you know about this twist. And that is really amazing.
What you fail to appreciate is that we have at our backs a force you cannot hope to defeat.
Do you mean the Imperial Army or something else? Like, again, I get this feeling that Edelgard is more than human at this point. In fact, something that I can't believe...
to fall back. We still have the advantage.
Oh, that's not good. That implies that we're going to get cutscene power to the max by them, and they're going to end up unleashing an ultimate super weapon and destroying us in a cutscene afterwards. But anyway...
One stronghold secured.
Oh boy, the other stronghold is under the control of Mr. Death Knight. Well, that giant beast days are numbered. So yeah, what was I saying? Trajectory, plot twist, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, so that's, that is interesting. So, this is really frustrating because she dies if I do that, unless I have someone else soften him up beforehand. That's probably a bad idea. I have Night Kneeler, don't I? I do. Does she have anything that does 24 damage? That's her strongest spell, isn't it? Does anyone here have Rally Magic? I don't think so. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to play Let's Dodge the crit rate for a second here, but at least I can attack him from Forest this time. Not that that makes his hit rate any better. Oh! Okay. Well, I couldn't show this last time, but sure, let's pull him off his tile.
This fight is but a sideshow to the ravishing of the sacred place that is Garrigmark.
So yeah, I guess one other thing that I can talk about regarding as well Edelgard's motive is like, again, the fact that she'd even put the students, even her own classmates, in places where she knows she's going to be letting the Death Knight run loose is, again, a little bit, I don't know. Oh, right, he's immune to the effect of Gambit, so he stays there. Right, I forgot about that. And now I don't get to use Night Kneeler. I got bajillions of Divine Pulse points. Cyril defeated Cupid, okay then. Yeah, let's rewind and actually use Night Kneeler this time.
Guide me well.
Well, hopefully I'm not guiding you to death. Well, I mean, I literally am guiding you to death, but, yeah. Actually, maybe Caspar should attack first.
This fight is...
Don't crit me, please! Of course you would crit me.
What?
This is why I don't like the Death Knight as an optional boss, because beating him is mostly due to luck because of his crit rate, but oh well.
Guide me well.
This fight...
Don't crit me, please! That's a cool animation, but don't crit me, please. Screw you, Death Knight!
Killer.
Who, me?
Well, I mean, I guess I could have Hilda fight whoever this person is. I mean, I haven't even used your hero's relic yet, so why not?
My life was changed forever by Her Majesty. Now, I lay it on the line. For the Empire!
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that you had some kind of motivation like that.
Edelgard, I'm so sorry. I can't keep going. I must retreat.
I'll cut through.
Okay, Dimitri can reach his source of motivation and obliterate her, but let's not do that just yet. Because now that I've done that, let's see if the RNG has changed and if the Death Knight is now not going to crit me.
Guide me well.
Please don't crit me, Death Knight! I hate that I have to say that every time I fight him. Screw you, Death Knight! Yeah, I may as well just do this regardless. I have plenty of Divine Pulse points.
This fight is but a...
Oh, no unique boss dialogue. Okay. Really? Yeah, that's it. Out of protest, I'm not going to defeat you this chapter. Yeah, sorry to be overly negative, and I don't know, I mean, I know that probably Edelgard fans are thinking that I've been overly negative this part, but... Well, that cements it. I really don't like the Death Knight as a boss. It's just his critical rate that's the problem. If he did not have that much of a crit rate, he would be fine. But just the fact that the only real reason why he's difficult is because he can just randomly decide, no, you die. Just, you know, because he feels like critting. And like with his ridiculous speed and massive might, he's still a huge threat even without a crit rate. So why'd they have to give him such a high crit rate? It's just like... Stay focused. I mean, I'm sure that if I had Byleth go over there, it would be...
I'll cut through.
Well, Byleth is super overpowered. Can he actually do it? He still gets doubled. And not even he's safe from crits. But I guess I can at least try.
This battlefield is too chaotic for us to kill each other upon.
It's over.
Well, that's fitting revenge.
The time is not right. I will wait for the next opportunity.
He clearly doesn't like Byleth, though. Or at least wants to fight him, whoever he is.
Both strongholds secured, with time to spare.
Hello, random hat person. Unfortunately, these two really didn't get to do much fighting. And it's a shame, because I want to see if they get special boss dialogue with Edelgard. Because that'd be kind of interesting. Oh, right, you have +1 magic range, don't you, from your Caduceus staff? You're still probably better served taking down this guy, though.
Did that suffice?
That's my cue.
Put me in there.
So yeah, anyway, yeah, sorry for getting all negative about the Death Knight, but again, that's another rant that I really needed to get off my chest, because, yeah, I really don't like that his main threat is just his massive critical rate, and it's just like, he's, yeah, a tough optional boss, but kind of for all the wrong reasons. Oh, hi, Edelgard. She's changed her mind. She decided to come this way instead. Purest Fire, Flame Breath. That says that dodgy mistranslation from FE7. I don't even know how they managed to mistranslate Four Blazes Flame Breath. Ow! So wait, is that the one that lowers defense or the one that lowers movement? Yeah, maybe I'm not even over-leveled. The NPCs are disgustingly powerful against the generic enemies, so maybe it's just the enemies are that weak on normal mode. Well, at least you're not stealing my... definitely not stealing my kill.
Ready when you are.
I think I can do this, but, like, let's go out of your range first. Oh, right, you don't even have bow range +1, so you actually have to go here if you're using an iron. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? Yeah, I sort of got all of that out of the way earlier, I guess. Oh, right, one more thing. So, that's one thing that I've kind of heard, is that, like, how much you sympathize with Edelgard also depends on, like, how corrupt you think the Church of Seros is, based on what you've seen of them pre-Timeskip. But honestly, I actually feel that regardless of how much you like them, I still think Edelgard's going too far. Like, again, there are probably more, like, if Rhea really, you know, is corrupt, there are more peaceful methods to turn people against her than just saying, oh, hey, I'm gonna declare war on the entire world and presumably cause hundreds and hundreds of innocent deaths. And then,
No one makes it past
anyway.
me.
But, like, the way that I see it so far is, well, again, like, I play a lot of JRPGs, and so I'm no stranger to corrupt churches. And to be honest, the Church of Seros is practically Mother Teresa compared to your average JRPG church. Like, you know, if she was, let's say, like, against, you know, like, the Church of Zanza or something, then maybe I'd sympathize with her slightly more, but, like, Rhea does do some extreme things, but one thing that I've noticed looking back is it's almost entirely retaliatory. Like, pretty much everyone that is, like, again, like, I totally don't agree with her executing all of those Western Church people. That's a female general.
You can't stop me.
Well, of course it's tonight, but oh well.
I'm stronger than I look.
Like, I don't approve of Rhea executing all of those Western Church people, but like, then again, they were legitimately violently invading. And it was kind of like, again, it's really tragic what happened to, oh, you're still Strider too. It was really tragic what happened to Leonardo's son, to Kristoff, but we later find out that he was legitimately plotting an assassination. So it's just like, I don't know, oh, that is the one that cuts movement. Well, someone's gonna need to rescue Hilda now. Dimitri, use your ridiculous strength for something. Destroy that annoying Dark Mage, as it is the only thing that's really a threat to Hilda here.
Who's next?
Again, a bit of a weird gameplay and story segregation with his voice, but he really should have been saying, who's next? Is it Edelgard? Yes, it must be Edelgard. It has to be Edelgard. She will die! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha. Yeah, sorry. Okay, like, if Hilda fights Edelgard, Edelgard is probably dead. But, okay, I could dance for Byleth and then potentially, because he's still strided, so I could dance for Byleth and then potentially do that, or I could have Flame heal Hilda, because I actually feel like having Hilda be the one to defeat Edelgard might also make sense, because something that I've actually heard is that, ooh, that's actually not enough healing.
I could use a break.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't see any way around it. I kind of was trying to... I was hoping that I'd see if these two have any special boss conversations with Edelgard, but the way that I see it, like, that's definitely not enough healing. Oh, has Mercedes... Mercedes didn't physic! Oh, I probably should have had Mercedes physic. If I had Mercedes... Wait a minute. I don't want to have to do that, though. Because Dorothea was not in any danger here, so Linhardt can safely heal Hilda.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, why is Flame being so bad at healing right now? I mean, 25 magic is still very good.
Who, me?
Oh, right, Dimitri has to smash that thing. And I would like to see Dimitri's special boss dialogue with Edelgard, but he'll probably destroy her, and that will instantly end the map. I won't get a chance to Divine Pulse, so yeah. And again, I kind of feel like having Hilda do it might be satisfying for other reasons. As you will see...
Stay focused.
I could try and get Byleth's special boss dialogue, though. Because I think I'll actually... Should I talk about that now, or should I talk about that later? Because, yeah, so I have been... So, I was wrong about what the third path, I was wrong about what the fourth path was. I was right about the fourth path being for the Black Eagles. But again, I was wrong about what it actually was. And it turns out that the fourth path is, Oh, wow, Byleth actually suffers a decent chance of dying if he goes that way. Or he could just 11 sword plus that one from 3 range, which is probably what I'll end up doing. How about I just use a point to just see this boss conversation?
I wish you were someone whose heart could be swayed by my words and deeds. If it were so, I would have done anything to make you my ally.
Oh, that's all. At this point, Byleth is like, I took an axe in the back for you! So, yeah, so, again, so, that conversation is kind of relevant because the hidden fourth route is that you go with the Black Eagle. So this is the way that this other person described it, and I feel like it's perfectly apt. It's going with the Black Eagles, but giving Edelgard the middle finger when she reveals herself as the Flame Emperor. And by doing that, you lose her and Hubert, but that is the only way to get Hilda to join you on the Black Eagles route. And I thought I couldn't love Hilda more. Just saying. Oh, okay. Great, Hilda's like suffering from gameplay mechanic-induced stupidity, being like, oh, I wonder what that giant barrel is. Uh-oh.
As expected.
Byleth is using this 11 sword better than Robin ever did.
Another step forward.
So yeah, I'm actually really... So from what I've heard though, that fourth route is very similar to the Deer route, except that its final map is completely different. But other than that, please don't spoil me on anything in that route. So honestly, I'm actually very glad that route exists, because I'm sure there would be players out there who like the Black Eagles characters, but like me, find themselves unable to sympathize with Edelgard at all after all she's done.
Let us away.
And that fourth route definitely gives those players some, I wouldn't say catharsis, but like, it means they can still play the Black Eagles without worrying about being forced to side with Edelgard. The funny thing is that actually not siding with her is the default, because in order to get the option to side with her, you have to see her C+ with Byleth, and you also have to, battle. Hang on a second. Can I get... No, I can't, yeah. And you also have to see a specific conversation, during Chapter 8 at the monastery, and that conversation specifically warns you this conversation will drastically change the story.
Everyone will be... Who, me?
Yes, you, because I think it's time. Yeah, wow, not even that? I mean, she'll probably crit, but still. Oh, I was hoping Hilda would get MVP for that.
You fought well, but now your fight is over. Send in our reserve troops, and give my uncle the signal.
Yeah, I had a feeling she had something up her sleeves.
What is this?
Something crazy is about to happen, isn't it? I'm guessing they don't have a Kurthanaga on their side. Byleth is just looking down, going like, how could you do this? I took an axe in the back for you!
Everybody here, young and old, is in your hands.
Oh. Rhea's going to do something, isn't she?
No. I will not allow another Red Canyon tragedy to happen here.
Oh my god, is she a dragon? Is she a dragon? She's a dragon! Holy crap, she's... This is the best game ever!
What's going on?
I knew I was gonna yell that at some point, but still. Oh wow, all those things I was saying about like, oh, of course there's gonna be dragons sooner or later because this is a Fire Emblem game. Holy crap, yes, I'm so happy. Well, I mean, I'm not happy those guys got incinerated. I mean, yeah. I may not sympathize with your faction, but I still don't want to see you die. Whoa, those things are creepy. Come on, can I... Am I allowed to say this at this point? Rhea smash face! Well, actually, Byleth smash face there.
Why did you come?
Oh, is he a dragon? Is this how Byleth is gonna get... Because I get the feeling Byleth's gonna be sealed for 5 years or something. Well, Byleth's dead, game over. For the second time.
In Imperial Year 1181, the new Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, led a strategic assault against the monastery at Garreg Mach. Though her own losses were great, her foes had no choice but to surrender. Archbishop Rhea commanded the Knights of Seros, leading from the front lines against the Imperial army. But amidst the chaos of battle, she vanished, and her whereabouts remain unknown.
Is that because they don't know she's the dragon,
With this single
or...?
attack, the Adrestian Empire officially launched its offensive against the Holy Kingdom of Fargus and the Leicester Alliance. The unification of Odlin has begun.
Again, what did Leicester do to them? Why bring Leicester into this? Like, again, Fargus is allied with the church, I see that, but why bring Leicester into it?